Oh man. Yeah. Education is elevation. And I don't think this will take long at all. You know. I hope y'all enjoying the first day of Black History Month. Hope y'all are being able to hit your goals and hit your aspirations and all the things you've set up for the beginning of the year. I think it's important that we recognize the difference between debating and speaking points, and recognize the difference between when you're dealing with somebody that's used to copying and pasting speaking points and when you're dealing with somebody that actually knows how to contextualize an argument and get to the different levels of an argument. You see what I'm saying? See, it's been brought to my attention uniquely on Facebook. There are a lot of pseudo intellectuals and pretenders that love to go away with the keyboard warrior in one's comment section. Because my motto is education is elevation, I think that I'm an expert, almost a professional, when it comes to taking individuals' shenanigans and turning them into teachable moments. Tonight, I'm on my big professional shit talking energy where I feel like turning somebody's shenanigans into a teachable moment. As an individual that is a seasoned content creator, a seasoned influencer, I recognize when someone is trying to pull my chain rhetorically or metaphorically and trying to do what they call the bait and switch, or some would call reverse psychology, where they're trying to get you to use your juice and your off to just give a willy-nilly random platform, you know what I'm saying, some bomb. You know what I mean? And I think that it's important that you're able to peep that footwork and recognize when first somebody is copying and pasting speaking points to you to try to have a critical conversation or deploy some critical dialogue. You feel me? Because a lot of folks be full of that shit you flush down toilets. And as a result, they sometimes do it so much they can't smell their own shit. You see what I mean? So the purpose of this live really is to just kind of do a Pepsi challenge. Right now, I'm going into the comment section and I'm putting a link into the comment section. You feel me? I'm a person that just happened to be a debater. I happen to be, you feel me, somebody that's honed in and skilled at debating. And my grandfather always told me, hey, man, instead of talking about it, sometimes you got to show a person. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for any different individuals, you know what I'm saying, that wants to have a conversation, specifically a debate, really, because I ain't interested in no conversations. And that's how I know when people are being attention-seeking clout chasers. Because we start off on the energy of being real, tit for tat, back and forth, and we talking about some debate shit, and then you fall back on to having a conversation or discussion. See, me being a former debater, I know that words are very important, specifically when we having a conversation and dialogue and disagreement. You see what I'm saying? So if we start on the energy of having a debate and debating, and then you fold that conversation and start backpedaling, or you start off with this terminology and then you fall back on some conversation terminology, nah, we ain't looking for that. I've already set the parameters for the way in which the dialogue gonna happen, especially this time. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to making an argument, you feel me? One should be able to test claim your argument, and you should be able to have multiple examples to make your argument. And most importantly, you should have an impact to your argument. You feel me? I should be able to really question, you feel me, and really get at you in terms of what you're talking about and why it matters. So many people use speaking points on the left and the right. You see what I'm saying? So many people in the Black community love to use speaking points when it comes to gender or sexuality or even your notion of what it means to be Black. Hey, I'm a person that, especially for the first of Black History Month, we can recognize there's a multiplicity of Blackness and Black people, and that we are forever varied in terms of positions. You see what I'm saying? We think differently, we act differently, we position differently, we have different ethnicities, different nationalities, you feel me? Different cultures within being Black. You see what I'm saying? With that being said, don't get lost in the sauce and trying to copy and paste some bullshit you seen from somebody that you like on YouTube or TikTok or something and not recognizing that you're going to have to defend what you just said. You're going to have to defend what you just said. And it comes a time where an individual gets to value their time and recognize, hey, listen, We not gonna be going back and forth with the keyboard warrior, you feel me, in the comment section. If I'm gonna be typing and dedicating, investing some time in typing, my black ass better be sitting in a Word document or something like that, typing up a book. You know what I'm saying? So just really being able to recognize when one is making whataboutisms. This is how you able to tell what a speaking point is, or somebody is launching a speaking point. They say something about there only being two genders, or something about police brutality, or something about, you feel me? And their response is a whataboutism. That's how you know they're not ready for the conversation. That's how you know they don't have the range for the conversation. You see what I'm saying? And listen, just put the link down there again. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the link down there again, because it's a lot of times where these type of intense engagements happen, and individuals will have the time to type up a soliloquy in the comment section. They have the time to type up a whole dissertation in the comment section. But when that Pepsi challenge come to getting this 4K, like y'all see me right now, you can look in my eyes, you can see me smile. They don't have the time for that. And this is what I know about debate, you feel me? Especially being on social media. We don't have time to turn into a screaming, hollering shit show. Which doesn't mean you can project your voice, and if you want to scream during your speech time, you can do whatever you want during your speech time. But when you speaking in your speech time, I'm not gonna speak over you. I'm not gonna speak it out. I just ask for the same respect. See what I'm saying? And I think that really I'm so cold in this debate shit. You can pick the speaking times. You can pick how many speeches we're gonna give, and you can pick whether I speak first or last. But we need a clear topic, though. You see what I'm saying? We need a clear thing of what we debating on. You know, I've already been through the TikTok lives or the IG lives where individuals wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually men. You feel me? Oh, sucker cluck at, you feel me? It'll be like, hey, listen, right now, you engaging in some hyper masculine nonsense where you trying to get me to be like a damn peacock and flip my feathers up at you. You see what I'm saying? You trying to get you trying to get into us to embellish into our masculine egos. Do I have one? You goddamn right. But listen, it's mine. It belongs to me. Not no sucker, you feel me? Like, no, you see what I'm saying? So just to repeat that, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of emotions, feelings, and ego, and the way that we're able to get one to try to prove this, that, and the other when you want them to, instead of listen. For my feelings and my emotions, how I go, right? As a content creator, I've made thousands of videos, right? I'm not gonna be held captive to whatever emotion you done came up with from a snapshot you got of me, my personality, my philosophy, my theory, my ideology, from what you done seen on your For You page, what you done seen in Facebook Reels, what you done seen in IG Reels. You feel what I'm saying? Those are your feelings, not mine. With that being said, it's like, hey, with me being one of them Sagittarius, one of them type of impulsive, hyperactive ADHD types, I still got the mindful and consciousness to not, you're not finna what we say in the hood, trick you out of a position. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like that's important. So when we get back to the topic of speaking points and debating, a lot of individuals were trying to garner a following, garner some influence from merely repeating speaking points. And I think that people are usually able to recognize the what we call fugaziness of all of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna just drop off I'm just gonna drop the link in the comment section again. You know what I'm saying? And see if Swerving, Ervin, Curbing gonna hop in. Because right now, I'm on conscious lead time, conscious lead vision. I don't have a 702 vision. I have no comprehension of what that is. None. Education is elevation. Research over me search. You know what I'm saying? Those the mottos. And I'll keep on having this content coming your way. Other than that, yeah, other shit over there, man. See what I'm saying? And just to make sure nothing is lost in the analysis I was just putting down. The point of this live is to really show you what I got on this sweater. You feel me? Professional shit talker. That means I think that I'm a master in taking other people's shit and turning them into lessons because I'm a professional shit talker. That also just happen to have a background in debate. Just happen to have a background in debate. And instead of me talking about the accolades and bragging about it, let me show you. I don't want to tell you about it. I want to show you about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my mentality. I guess that's just what it is. But sometimes it's like when I get annoyed, that's when I get sometimes I do my best work. And right now I'm a little annoyed. You feel me? But like next week, I'm booked. Shout out to, you feel me, University of Kentucky. I'll be there. The Men of Color Symposium talking about imposed branding and double consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Tomorrow, hey man, tomorrow I have to do some videos. I got some content coming out. I'm doing something. Y'all remember Erica Alexander from Maxine from Living Color? Yeah, right now, sister putting together an amazing documentary on reparations, and I just so happened to, you feel me, be putting something together on that. You feel me? Be on the lookout for that. Hopefully I can do a live with her, but either way, I'll be doing a live specifically on something that she's produced in this month of Black History Month in February about reparations. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? On Monday, I got 2 bookings. See what I'm saying? Shout out to my hometown, Bryan, Texas. You feel me? They have it's a broadcaster they call KBTX. I'm gonna be doing a live session. They doing a live session on me. You feel me? Growing up in Bryan, Texas, want to know how it is me growing up in Bryan, Texas, and kind of where I got now. That's what I'm doing at the top end of Monday. Monday evening, I'm gonna be at Kindred Spirits. You feel me? Shout out to George Jackson. I got his book right here. You know what I mean? That's what y'all know. Education is elevation. On Monday, I'm in Houston. You feel me? I'm gonna be at Kindred Spirits discussing this book right here. All boys aren't blue. And the peep game, no. I recognize that it make a lot of my fellow straight niggas really quiver in their boots when they see a nigga like me that can move unapologetically, that's comfortable in their skin, that's really recognizing the humanity for everybody in terms of, damn, I see a person there and see a person there, and you feel some type of way because your humanity, your manhood is really structured in the 9 theirs. You see what I'm saying? And when I say theirs, I'm talking about usually, you feel me, the niggas like the person that was in my comment section today, they'll have an issue with me talking about trans identities. They'll have an issue with me talking about, you feel me, a heteronormativity, or have an issue with me talking about patriarchy or misogyny. You see what I'm saying? But it's like they don't really want to get with it though. You know what I mean? So let's go one more time. Drop the link down there. You know what I mean? And just make sure, you know, if this individual is really talking about it, we can do it. And really, anybody really, because I know I think that, like, I'm also on live on YouTube as well. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. But I recognize it's something unique about Facebook, and I think this is my analysis. Let me know what y'all think about it. On Facebook, a lot of us are used to getting real personal and interpersonal when it comes to the dialogue that we have, because we used to engaging with our high school classmates, you know what I'm saying, your co-workers, you feel me, the people you go to church with, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of times you don't really have, I feel like, consciousness to recognize how to engage with strangers, or recognize you can't engage the people that you know, the people you went to school with, the people in your small town, the same way you engaging with strangers. So I recognize that people try to get a little more greasier, you feel me, when it comes to Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So specifically to Facebook, but also to YouTube. I know y'all can see this live, y'all can see this link as well. You know, I make a lot of claims. I made a lot of claims. Not only in this live, like I said, I got 1,000 videos. I defend any shit I done said in the video. I got 1,000 videos where I make different political, social, economic claims about race, class, gender, ability, sexuality. I got different videos where I'm literally making different claims about power and domination in regards to these identities. If you have an issue with the way in which I talk about identity, let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? What I know is that the best way that I've learned all the shit I know is through the activity of debate. And that's the reason why I'm so happy and kind of turned up and a little passionate short a little bit, because like this how I learned a lot. I learned a lot through the activity of debate. So it's like shit. In order for me to, instead of me just doing a boring ass video or lecture about whatever topic, I'd rather just, you feel me, smash somebody real fast, intellectually wipe the flow with them and show them better than I can tell them why they wrong. You know, not only why they wrong, but why what they're saying causes rhetorical violence, material violence, structural violence, and shit. We can keep on going. But hey, man, since I see Buddy ain't on here, you know, y'all be on the lookout for office hours. You know what I'm saying? It's called office hours. I'm gonna be doing it definitely bi-weekly on Wednesday nights, like I'm doing right now. You feel me? Around this time, like right now, Wednesday nights, office hours. I'll have different guests sometimes. Sometimes I'll just, you feel me, bust out a lecture shit. Sometimes I'll be on the energy like I am right now. You know what I mean? And to give it a little different, it's like, okay, office hours, I'm in professor mode, but I'm me still though, right? So if I was doing office hours right now, it'd be like, hey, listen, we've had some issues in class, because you know when I'm posting, that's my classroom. You feel what I'm saying? Whoever viewed the video, comment on the video, you're a part of the classroom now. So in office hours, it's like, hey, if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, this is your time to speak with Professor Lee, and hopefully we can come to a, you know, civil compromise or come to a different understanding. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, it might cause me to have to intellectually whoop somebody's ass, intellectually wipe the floor with somebody, or you feel me, be able to rhetorically pick apart somebody, which is fine. You know what I mean? Sometimes it calls. Sometimes a day of work call for that type of, you feel me, work. You know what I mean? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in there trying to build on, you know? And we got our first guest. Shout out to them. We going to see what they got.
Hey, what's up? You remember me? Monica.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, you remember me. I wouldn't want to come and talk and shit. I just came to run my mouth again. I seen you had lives. I be trying to catch you live to come in and talk to you, but you be having lives, but you don't be doing like panels or nothing like that. Which
Yeah,
I
at
had
the office hours every other Wednesday for sure. Maybe even every Wednesday night. You know, I'm gonna go every other.
Monica mode to the damn end. I see, hey, you know, I came on to run my mouth about the topic. You know, I just want to say I appreciate what you doing. I was just glanced in. I just decided to come on. I didn't really know what you was talking about. I was just gonna sit there and let you get started, but I decided to come on in. But I still appreciate what you doing. You know, you don't see a lot of niggas like you, and you got some big ass balls. I'm gonna tell you that you do.
Hey, I know. Listen, I know. It's a lot of niggas that can talk about it, but it's like I just ready to show you. You feel me? And I know that when it comes to our community, it's a lot of things that go down in our community where people with my identity or labeling are the culprits. So I can be real enough to recognize the way in which my community not gonna go forward unless all of us free and not just some of us free, or unless we all can recognize we can move like liberated and freely and not make it where people got to be pushed in the closet, to make it where people got to be moving around thinking they're gonna get beat down, make it where people
anybody used to see that's why I packs. You already know me.
Listen, and too. Last time you got me in trouble on this goddamn community guidelines on the YouTube. They was like, hey, somebody on this was talking a little too greasy, too crazy. It was you. It was you.
They don't want to hear the truth. See, that's why a lot of people shut me down. See, I didn't came on and I just spoke truth. You know, a lot of them hotep niggas that believe in that bullshit, they don't want nothing to do with me. I have cussed Michi X out. I have cussed Dawa out. I have ran into it with all these Michi X, with all these motherfuckers. They don't want nothing to do with me because I speak truth. I speak the real truth that nobody wants to hear. And if Michi X out here watching this, I'm talking about you. Because she always running her mouth talking about how she gonna jump on somebody. I'm talking about you. What you gonna do to me, Michi?
Hold on, listen. Right now, we talking about intellectual ass whoopings, intellectual beat downs, not the literal ones. You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month, goddamn. We trying to keep the peace. You feel me?
Yeah, you right. You
We
keep
just
that peace
talking
line.
about, yeah. But listen, though, we got somebody in the back. I'm trying to bring on people one at a time. So if you got any last parting words you want to say, and I appreciate you for the support and the engagement.
I'm just like peace. I'm all about peace. I'm all about peace, and I'm all about keeping the peace, if you know what I mean. Because I keeps me a peace. Long as you got a peace, you gonna have peace. How about that?
Hey.
That's all I got to say. I mean, I know I sound militant, but I just be real.
Hey, sister, I know you gotta protect yourself out here, and sometimes you gotta move in the mindset.
Michi X and Michi X. Y'all ain't never heard of Michi X, that big Oompa Loompa mulatto hoe.
Bye.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. What we getting into tonight?
I want to tell you I'm honored to actually have the opportunity to speak with you. I actually found your videos by the way of TikTok. I'm not I guess I've become a huge TikTok person, but I went through a rabbit hole of watching all your videos one day, and I saw that you were on YouTube and now on Facebook, and that's really my form of communication. But I agree with you. One of the comments or topics that I think that you spoke about that really kind of spoke to me was respectability politics. And how it affects how Black people have a tendency to put more weight into respectability politics than some of our other counterparts in terms of how we should behave, how we should act, how we should look, things we should do to not, seem so whatever. But what we found is even though we have these creeds that are mostly brought on to us by our parents who were in survival mode back then, it doesn't always work that way. I mean, we just saw it with Tyree Nichols. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was doing what he was supposed to do, and he still
Definitely.
died. Same thing with George Floyd. The crime you can't be judge and jury to people who are just existing as we do daily. And
hey, I think you just inspired a rant right now, man. What?
and at the end of the day, man, I just want to say that I appreciate everything that you do. I love the fact that you are an anomaly to a lot of people, because when they see you and they see the dreads and they hear how you talking or how you act or how you present, they're like, whoa, what just happened? And I think that's what happened to me. So I appreciate that. And, I want to continue. I hope that you continue. I love when you speak on LGBT topics also.
Yeah.
In terms of intersectionality. My husband's here. He's half
What up,
sleeping.
husband?
But I love that because I'm a Black man and I'm proud of who I am. For a number of years, I was closeted and I'm not that way now. I'm a young business owner who have 3 little dogs and, happy with what I have. And I say all that to say that for anybody who thinks that it's not going to get better, it can. And I'm living proof of that. And I just appreciate you and everything you do. So that's it.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you for hopping into this live, man. I'm really proud of myself right now. I feel like as soon as I seen a man, I'm like, okay, is you finna be one? Okay.
No.
Thinking like, okay, you like when you said, hey, listen, when you said I watched all your videos, I'm like, okay, well shit. I said I got videos. I said Pepsi challenge, he finna give it to me. So I appreciate you for the support and the engagement, and to sprinkle a little bit more hope on you, bro. I know it's other niggas like me that exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a better job at showing, you know what I'm saying, in different ways of me being able to also put down lessons, put down like talk education without being confrontational or without having an adversary. You see what I'm saying? I'm really educated. You see what I'm saying? I really do the teaching shit. You feel me? So it's like there are other black men that also come with the same energy and the same, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Values, principles, you know, intellectually and in real life. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm gonna do a better job. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got a homie on Thursday that I can't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a live stream with him. We're gonna do one together, man. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Again, you know, I'm gonna drop this link one more time. You know what I'm saying?
And I was gonna
you know.
One more thing. I voted for you. I'm gonna continue to vote for you. I want to make sure you win. And every time I see it, I go vote. So I hopefully you'll be able to bring this home. I'm hoping for you.
Thank you. Hey, I'm hoping too, man.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Appreciate you again, though. Real talk.
All right. Have a good night,
All
man.
Right. Yeah. So after having those two engagements, I got a few more, you feel me, points to make about some shit that was said and about some context to give to this distinction about speaking points, you feel me, in being able to debate. Now, it's been said that a lot of the things I talk about, specifically when it comes to feminism and the LGBT community, that it don't have nothing to do with my community. And what I say to that is, a lot of times when we start using the English language that what we got given to, a lot of folks only almost want to be purposely obtuse, purposely ignorant, and say, hey, anytime you say or talk about women empowerment or feminism, it's always through the lens of white women. And it's like, hold on now, man. I'm coming at you from a black feminist, a womanist, you feel me, Africana studies perspective when it comes to what I'm talking about in terms of femininity, feminism, and womanhood. So when you have these bullshit claims that say, hey, what you talking about doesn't have either A, no impact on the black community, or B, you feel me, you are just repeating some shit that white liberals say. You just seen a black man and a black woman hop on this live and talk specifically, uniquely about what I'm talking about and what I do and how it impacts them. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I talk this shit, I talk because as a black man, and I'm talking to another black man, you have to tell me that the black people that I inspire, empower, that fuck with me, that learn from me, you have to tell me they don't matter in order for me to feel where you coming from. You see what I'm saying? I think that you have to tell me that brother that hopped on here and showed me his husband, you have to beat me in an argument and tell me that nigga does not matter in order for you to make the claims that say, hey, consciously, he's an agent of liberals, or the shit he talk about in the community, or shit he talk about don't have an impact on the community. You have to tell me that sister that got that's really how I see it. Because now it's like, now we start to deal with impacts, facts over feelings. And a lot of times I know that when it comes to the black community, and I'm talking about this inside the black community, right? This is how the black community. A lot of, I ain't gonna talk about that, I'm talking myself. As a black man, I'm indoctrinated or conditioned to believe the way that my feelings and emotions is expressed and seen is supposed to be centered in terms of the people around me or in the community. Meaning, as a black man, if I cry, I expect for the rest of the community to cry. You feel me? That's how I would argue that black masculinity is constructed inside the black community. You know what I mean? It's that if I feel pain, hurt, or suffering as a black man, the rest of the community gonna respond to that shit. See what I'm saying? And what I recognize is, as a result, a lot of dudes will have some type of feeling or emotion about what I'm saying, what I'm doing, or how I'm saying, or how I'm doing, and they'll want to fall back on indoctrination and feel like we supposed to center they discomfort in me having a conversation about black trans women being murdered, or having a conversation about patriarchy and misogyny and how it's uniquely deployed against black women. You see what I'm saying? Or me talking about, you feel me, biphobia or heteronormativity and how it specifically impacts gay black men. You feel me? Or you got an issue me talking about ADHD because you feel like black people ain't supposed to buy into this type of shit. You know, to me, I think that if we talking about being like pro-black and we talking about being able to, you know what I'm saying, make some stuff, I knew if I talk long enough, Swerve Ervin to come up in here. You see what I'm saying? Let me finish this point. I know that when it comes to making particular individuals in the community feel discomfort, they feel like they are able to make claims about legitimacy and credibility based off their emotions. I.e., hey, sir, what you said make me feel uncomfortable. Therefore, what you saying ain't real. No, your comfort is not what we gonna do the Pepsi challenge on. Hey, Ervin, Swerve Ervin, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. We already got static. We already got funk. So peep game. When you come in, going on and I don't want to have a discussion. We already talking about debate shit. You see what I'm saying? So going on when you come in, the first thing first is tell me what is your argument. We're gonna start there. I don't listen. This ain't no free plug. This ain't no free promo. This is me showing you why I put this on this sweater. You see what I'm saying? So when you come in, state your argument.
You ready, boy? Can you hear me? So at the end of the day, bro, you talk about state my argument. It's the miseducation of a Negro. You miseducated, bro. You spend a lot of time talking about shit. You saying that it affects the community, bro, but it really don't. It don't build no motherfucking jobs. I got gay. Hold up, check this out. Folks got gay. I got gay family members.
Hey. Now you're getting into the argument. So now, I understand. I see you got some arguments. So listen. How much speaking? How long you want the speeches to be? And when do you want me to speak? Because we ain't gonna start yelling at each other. We ain't gonna. When I listen, I'm gonna let you speak. But tell me right now, how long is it going to take to you to make the argument so I can put a timer on and I can show everybody in the crowd how long the timer is? You see what I'm saying? Let me know.
Yeah. So for one thing, bro, I don't come to
argue. Bro, Ervin, listen. How long is this speech going to be? How long?
Okay, give me 20 seconds, bro. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I ain't come here to argue with nobody because I don't do the arguing shit.
Ah, man. All right, hey, listen. In my classroom and on my platform, I'm giving you civil, rational decorum. I've already set the parameters for the way the dialogue is going to go. I've already told you we're not doing no attention-seeking, clout-chasing conversations. So you hopping on this live and saying you don't do no arguing shit, you sound like a dumbass. Not only do you sound like a dumbass, it sounds like your teacher and whoever raised you, they failed on teaching you comprehension skills. So I'm going to repeat this again. If you hop on this live, state your argument, which has been stated. Now tell me how long you gonna speech. If you finna just make some speaking points, we're now talking about what I'm getting to and what this whole live about. So again, swerving, Ervin, curving. Understand what I'm saying, boy? When you hop on this live, tell me how long is it going to take to put your argument up. I will show you we got some rational decorum in this motherfucker. Put a timer up. When that timer goes off, I want you to shut up. I'm gonna get the same timer and wipe the flow with you and show you why you a coward and you don't want to put your face on the screen. Okay? I'm putting my mic on mute. Tell me how long to put this timer on, though, my nigga, or I'm bouncing you. You see what I'm saying? Respect.
Hey, I'm on the camera because I ain't scared of nobody for one thing. I need 30 seconds to tell you what I gotta say, bro. At the end of the day, my nigga, you narcissistic as a motherfucker. That's the argument. Because I ain't said nothing fucked up about you. I ain't said nothing fucked up about your name or nothing, my nigga. You talking about my motherfucking mama, my daddy, who raised me. Nigga, what type of argument is that? You don't know who raised me, bro. So at the end of the day, you don't do nothing, my nigga, but cause division, bro. The reason motherfuckers say that you homosexual, because you have to speak from experience. Nigga, you speak from experience at the end of the day, bro. So you can go ahead and do all your big word shit, but that don't change the fact, bro, that what you talk about is nonsense. Go.
Number one, you are not a psychiatrist, so you have no jurisdiction to talk about narcissism. Number two, we just had two individuals, one being a black trans woman, the other being a gay black man that talks specifically and uniquely about the ways in which
you don't, unless you gay.
Hey, I want y'all to see this. I respected while the timer was going for him. It was just 30 seconds. You see what I'm saying? So when he talks about I got disrespectful and this, that, and the other, I see you being purposely obtuse or doing some shit that hold on, let me finish. Let me finish, dog. Let me finish. When you talk about the end shit about it being unnecessary or being divisive, I'm trying to have a civil conversation with you. Well, we gonna get cheeky now, nigga. We already got there in terms of the comment section.
No, we got cheeky because you do that on the screen. You wouldn't do that in my face. You do that on the screen, bro.
Sir. If you've been on it, listen.
Hold up. That's what my issue is right now, bro. That's why I'm talking to you like this, because I ain't said nothing out of way to you. If we having a discussion or we having a debate, don't talk about my folks though.
Hey,
listen. I'm on the screen. I'm on the screen.
Listen.
Not my daddy, not my mama, not my brother.
Hey, let me know when it's my time. Let me know when it's my turn.
You didn't lose your turn. You want to, you know what? You don't really debate nothing, bro. You want to talk about it, motherfucker. That's what you want. You got right on here. My name is Ahmad Ervin. My name ain't no Swerving Ervin. My name is Ahmad Ervin. Call me by my name, like I would call you by yours. That's respect. You didn't have no respect when we came in this room in the first place. If you had respect, then I wouldn't be agitated.
Hey, this is what we're getting into right now, because now you're starting to get into what we're getting into. But I think this could be a teachable moment, right? This could be a teachable moment. I've made specific arguments, and you are choosing to only engage the distraction in terms of talking about Swerving Ervin or talking about people. I've made specific arguments about listen. When you hop in the comment section, you already started off being condescending, and you know what I'm saying, you already started off being dismissive. So we already gonna be talking about the way you came into the conversation was already, you feel me, a particular way that set the tone. So don't hop in this live now and act like the reason why I have this energy for you and coming to you like this is make it like it's coming from nowhere. The second thing, if you've been the second thing, if you've been watching this live, you will see that I already set the parameters. When my trans sister came out here talking greasy, I said, hey, listen, sister, we talking about intellectual ass whoopings today, and we ain't talking about those type of ass whoopings. So listen, the last thing I'll say, why did you hop on this live pulling the two things I told you not to do? We supposed to be having a debate, and now you saying you want to debate. And two, when I start getting on a nigga ass intellectually, he always say, what about these hands though? When he said, if you was in my face, I'm a debate. Listen, I know what you're insinuating though. Listen, hold on. Let me ask a simple question, Ervin, because now you're trying to gaslight me again.
No, I'm not.
Let me ask a simple question. When you said, if you was in my face, you would not say that. What are you insinuating?
I'm insinuating that you talking tough because you feel like you protected, my nigga. That's what I'm insinuating. Nigga, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna hit you or nothing. It's just if I'm in your face, you wouldn't have that same attitude because you would have a certain decorum about yourself that you wouldn't get touched. Just in case you would go to that.
Hey, listen. If this was in person,
let's swipe all the violent shit. Let's get back to what we was talking about. Swipe that. See, you climbing off now, bro. You climbing off now.
No, listen. I was gonna say if it was in person, the way that you came into the
about fighting, bro. I said that you wouldn't be that tough.
Everybody see the gaslighting. Everybody see it. Listen, I do this a lot. So everybody from the hood
on the computer screen. You do a lot of huffing and puffing on the computer screen. What I'm saying is,
what are you insinuating right now? What are you insinuating right now?
Let's get back to the discussion, bro. Let's get back to the discussion. Let's leave that out. Because I ain't trying to fight you, bro. If I was trying to fight you, I'd bust
listen. Black man to black man. Happy to you. Right. We have structural disagreements, bro. So us expressing these disagreements, we turned up.
I agree with you.
Listen. I'm gonna put the timer on 3 minutes.
Okay,
whatever arguments you say, I'm gonna respond to every argument.
You go first because I got my 30 seconds. I'm gonna let you go.
I'll go first. This gonna be easy. I go first. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gender non-conforming people. What y'all see right here is what I call textbook attention-seeking clout chasing. In the comment section, I already told this man I don't know what a 702 vision is. I already told this man, listen, I am a debater. Hey, listen, while the time I'm going out, please, respectfully, bro. I ain't gonna say nothing when you going out.
I'm listening to you. I ain't saying nothing out loud, bro. I'm talking to myself.
I'm just gonna put it just to make sure we don't have to worry about that. Listen, when we started this engagement was predicated off of him saying this is a smart guy. He picks and chooses who he wants to debate. When he got on here, we seen him try to go for all the pump fakes and distractions about this and that. Now, listen, what I took as disrespect is the first thing he came to talking about the things you talk about doesn't have any impact in the community, or it's a bucket of pandering. What I stated before he got onto this live is that for an individual to beat me in a debate about what I say and do does not have an impact on the black community, you have to talk to me about the millions of people that's black folks, not the white liberals, not white folks, not white moderates, not white conservatives, black people. I gave two people came on here and talked specifically. Hey, consciously, what you talked about in terms of this and this, not only was it empowering and inspiring, it gave me hope that there are black men that actually care about me or care about this in the community. So when black people come to me and talking about you don't care what's going on in the community, and you have people from the community telling you don't care about them, to me, that's sucker shit. You see what I'm saying? And I say that respectfully in terms of oppression, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? We talking about oppression, and what you telling me is that, hey, consciously, whenever you talk about the way in which black trans people or black gay people or black people that don't have the same sexual identity as me or don't conform to the same gender identities to me, I think you simping. Or I think that you are saying stuff that's pandering. Or I think that you're saying stuff that's not important that don't affect our community. I'm saying that it's immoral, it's unethical, and I'm saying that it literally causes rhetorical violence, institutional violence, all that type of violence. Listen, I got 40 seconds left, right? The impact is, right? This is one of the examples. In down south, black trans women have one of the lowest life expectancies throughout our country. One of those reasons is because they are murdered at high rates. When it comes to me talking specifically about, now, hey, listen, not the white trans people. I ain't talking about them. The black trans people, when we're talking about them, I'm talking about specifically how people are impacted in the community. White supremacy is picking and choosing who you care about based off of what you think they value and productivity is. Education is elevation. Research over me search. When you speak, please respond to arguments that I made. And it's going to be very telling on which arguments you respond to and which ones you don't.
On this trans conversation, so we'll have it. That's what you want to do. What you're speaking on is not what it is at the end of the day. A lot of trans people die. A lot of black trans people die because trans people lie. We don't speak about how a trans person say the only person they want to deal with are straight men. So they'll sit there and they'll play a game with straight men till they get in the room and then they end up getting hurt. So is that actually transphobia? Or is that you doing something that I didn't agree with in the first place? So then you say, we get into these conversations. Yeah, I called you narcissistic. I called you narcissistic because you feel like you're more important than you actually are, my nigga. That's not, I don't have to be a therapist to see that, because to note you on that, because that's really what it is. You sit here and you want to badmouth people because they don't agree with you. Everybody don't have to agree with you. Just like everybody don't have to agree with somebody being trans. That's just like if my child come to me and say, I want to smoke crack, daddy, because my friend smoked crack. Am I supposed to give my child a crack pipe and say, go ahead, because that's what you want to do? Be free? No, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to teach my child, train my child, love my child, regardless of what the situation may be. I know what the time I'm looking at it. So you talk about the trans community and how white supremacy affects the trans community. Dude, at the end of the day, in the black community, I don't see a lot of people really tripping on transes, and transes put themselves in a position to be tripped on, because trans men likes to talk to straight men. If you would go deal with homosexual men or men that are willing to deal with you as a trans, then you might not get beat up in the hotel room when you pull out something that a man don't want you to pull out. But we don't speak on that. And then when you speak on problems, you like to debate. You like to argue, but you don't have no solutions, bro. You never have a solution. You just like to debate and argue. You like to sit here and you want to call people transphobic or we don't understand gender fluidity. But at the end of the day, bro, I only speak from my experience because I'm dealing with what I deal with. If you gay or trans, that don't have nothing to do with me. Most of the people that I know, all of the people that I know don't care. That don't bother us. When I asked you what's affecting the black community, I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about housing. I'm talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, man, that really do affect us. We jumped into this LBG conversation because they pulled us in it the same way that white women pulled black women into feminism. You feel what I'm saying? So when we having this discussion, we can discuss, but discuss on what's actually the problem, huh?
You ready?
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Hey, education is elevation. And I told you I'm a professional shit talker that know how to take other people's shenanigans and turn them into lessons. A lot of individuals don't like when black men have the same energy and aggression that niggas have on goddamn rap records about killing each other as having it on some intellectual shit. I know I have a person when they start insinuating things about protection and things about this, that, and the other when we have an intellectual conversation. I know that individuals feel like when we start talking about shit we care about, if it's not about gangs, if it's not about doing something to black people, we should not have the energy. That's very telling. The first argument he made is said that trans women lie. Trans women lie. I think that this argument is one that is so popularized and sensationalized and always said against trans women, and it glosses over the way in which a lot of straight men, which I'm gonna get to next week, but first argument, straight men lie way more about who they sneaking and geeking with more than they get tricked. The ideology that says, "Hey, the reason why I put no mute, I ain't say nothing." I want y'all to see something though. The decorum in my character, it showed it through when I'm not speaking and when I'm speaking. The fact that I'm able to show him respect when he's speaking, and I don't say, he said a lot of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? He made another bullshit argument. Said that, hey, the reason why trans women get killed is because they lie and because they go for straight men. News flash. Most trans women do not want gay men. Gay men want other men. A trans woman, it's not a gay man. Repeat that. A trans woman is not a gay man. You see what I'm saying? When I talk about comprehension skills, I talk about them very purposely, intentionally, and not being shady or facetiously. He talked about crack pipes and kids. In debate, we call that a textbook false correlation. When he correlated his kids smoking crack pipes to trans identities, not the same thing. Next argument he made. What is consciously solutions? Let's see. Not only am I a former professor and also taught at a alternative discipline school, currently right now, I freely go to my hometown and do community work. Last week, I was at a discipline school. This week, I'll be at another school. I'm a professor. I'm an educator. I have a degree. You call it narcissism. I call it confidence in me spitting that shit. You don't call LeBron James a narcissist when he dunk on a nigga and beat his chest, do you? You get a respect. I'm beating my chest on you because I'm smashing you in this debate. The next thing you said is like white women. You said like white women picked up feminism from white people. I told y'all, and guess what the nigga was gonna say before he got up here? I told y'all what he was gonna say. He only see black women through the lens of how white men tell him to see feminism. Education is elevation, and I do this debate shit. You see what I'm saying? Da-da-da, da-da-da. He's been added to the highlight reels.
Is it all? Okay. Check this out, bro. When I said that trans women who are men, because they was born with a penis, I don't care what you say, they men. They just identify as a woman. That's a man, though. Y'all got to stop with this extra shit of saying that ain't a man. That's a man. So if that man comes to me, I'm in the club and I'm chilling with my guys, and that man comes to me, and we end up talking, and he playing like I seen a meme the other day where this trans dude on the meme Am I lying? Trans dude on the meme say, this nigga just spent $2,000 on me. I ain't even told him that I'm a man yet. That's what a trans woman said. So with that being said, like I said before, you can say what you want to say, dude. If you was born with a penis, you a man. That's why you have to put trans in front of it. You don't just break out and say you're a woman. You're transitioned. You transitioned into a woman, meaning you were born a man. On your birth certificate, you a man. So why do I have to sit here and have a conversation about if that's a man and I don't deal with men and I don't deal with men, then why are you attracted to me? Why do you want to come talk to me? I don't deal with men. And you want to say this stuff is fake correlations? No, it's not fake correlations, because people pretty much say that nowadays that you should let your kids pretty much do whatever the hell they want when it comes to sexuality. So that means it's you pick and choose on what your child's supposed to be able to do whenever they want to do it. You catch their ass outside late at night, oh, you can go to jail for that. But if your child want to be a girl, then you must help them transition into being a girl. Now, you can sit here and you can put all the big words in that you want to, bro, but at the end of the day, it's still the truth. A man is a man. It's a man. I can accept the trans. I own a business. I got trans people that work for me. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with gay people, period. And you talk about, I see feminism through the eyes of a white man. No, I don't see feminism through the eyes of a white man. White women brought black women into feminism. They did. And that's education is elevation for you, because they did. You could talk crazy all you want. We can sit here and have these debates all day. We can do this every week, and I ain't trying to get no clout. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's some stuff that you do talk about that I'm with 100%. But it's just some stuff that I ain't with, and I'm going to speak on it. Now, you might got some people that might not want to get up here and go in it with you. They might want to just stay in the comments, and they want to be Twitter fingers. I'm not a Twitter finger type of person. I can sit and have a discussion with you. You feel what I'm saying? I just, at the end of the day, the name calling, the bashing, and all that we do, that we have to do against each other, we don't have to do that. We can just have a discussion, or we can have a debate, however you want to call it.
Respect. My turn, right? My turn, right? You feel me? After this speech right here, I get you get 2 minutes, I get 2 minutes. We can get a closing argument. You see what I'm saying? And then we can let the people decide what they want to decide. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate you for this debate. I'm gonna start the timer. Education is elevation. And listen, I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, looking at another black man that I can tell play football and play basketball, I know he would not have that same energy if we was talking trash on a football field or on a basketball field. You see what I'm saying? I recognize, hold on, I put you about to say, I recognize when domination is happening. Right now, the people that's watching this, you are seeing a show, this real life edutainment right here. Let's get into these arguments. The first argument he made again is about trans women being men. Because if you're born with a penis, then you got a penis, then you a man. The one thing we can talk about is trans disclosure. The idea that if a woman is trans, they have to tell you it's trans. Hey, listen, if I went and bought Ahmad a drink as me and said, hey, Ahmad, fuck with me. He said he don't mess with men, so he would not do that. But if a trans woman that he find is fine, that identifies as a woman, my bad, bro. I don't know. As a screenshot, I was finna play, but I ain't know what I'm saying. My speech time yet. A trans woman, trans disclosure is about how dudes have to feel like, hey, a woman has to tell me they trans. Showing you that, hey, it goes way past genitalia. And that's why the whole concept of trans disclosure even exists. The second thing, in 2 weeks, we are about to celebrate Valentine's Day. A whole bunch of parents, myself included, we gonna celebrate our assuming all our kids are heterosexual with their little boyfriends, their little girlfriends. The schoolhouse gonna give us a Valentine's Day party, and our kids are going to practice having heterosexual courtship. It's not seen as sexuality. That's how I know we call this right here hypocrisy. I ain't gonna say heteronormative because I feel like let's say it's a big word. The normalizing of heterosexuality is something that's practiced throughout all the time, every day, all day. The next argument he said was about Feminism. Again, if you hopped on this live and you seen it earlier, I've already made distinctions about black feminism, how black feminism critiques white feminism, and how black women as a whole, like multiple different literature bases telling white women the way they do feminism, the way that they express womanhood is not the same as black women. So the fact that he's still making these arguments, it shows you that almost is like you willingly are not responding to the arguments. Because you know what we're going to say? I don't care about none of that shit. Hey, in a debate, you need to respond to my arguments. And you saying you don't care about an argument that was made, that's not a response. That's not a response. Now, going back to these impacts, now again, I made 2 speeches here responding to none of my impacts. The exposability and the way in which trans black women, gay black men get fucked up in our community is something we should talk about. If some of us ain't free, then none of us are free. Education is elevation. Just dunked again on them. Now I beat my chest.
So you sitting there saying that, for one thing, yeah, you should notify somebody that you trans. If I walk up on you in a club and I offer you a drink because I think you a woman, you should notify me you a trans. That should never be a problem. I shouldn't make it all the way somewhere else drunk and then realize that you were trans. Period. You know what I'm saying? You can make whatever words you want to make out of that, but that's pretty much what it is. Then you get into you saying that I didn't get on the feminism situation. I think I'm older than you. So at the end of the day, I've seen generations that you have never seen, like in action. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the same problems that black women got, white women don't have. You feel what I'm saying? But feminism was started by white women at the end of the day. Black women wasn't joined it. They joined into feminism when they needed more people. So you can say, you can sit there and say, oh, because you read it out of a book. But reading out a book is one thing. You feel what I'm saying? Experience is a whole nother thing. So you can sit and you can argue and you can debate and you can go give out a couple groceries in the community and you can help at an alternative school because you got a degree, but you act like you're the only person with a degree. And I don't play basketball or football. So you got that completely wrong. You feel what I'm saying? But you can assume what you want to assume, just like anybody can assume what they want to assume. Now, when I speak on certain things, if this percentage is a problem in the community, but we got a problem that's this big, fixing this don't fix this. You feel what I'm saying? So you can talk about this all day. You can waste all your time talking about this because that's the points they want you to talk about instead of how you going to grow a community.
Hey, man, listen, education is elevation. This man just talked about him being older than me, but that I use big words. What this shows you is that when he was on this earth before me, he was not using his time wisely to learn big words or read books. A lot of claims he's made, he believes, or you know what? Books come from experience. Books are made of experiences. This is a false correlation that you have. The second thing, going back to this age shit, right? Because you are older than me, it does not mean you know more than me. It does not mean because you've been on the world more than me that you can make arguments. We're seeing this right now in 4K. The next thing, Sister Ida B. Wells, a black woman that's older than you, that wrote a book about the anti-lynching campaigns, where she talking shit to white feminists about the way in which feminism is deployed against black women and black men that literally perpetuates the violence of lynching. Perpetuates. It means to make shit worse. So I want you to say it's a big word. I know it got 3 syllables. Peep game. I'm 32 years old. I've been doing this shit for 10 years. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think I've been doing this longer than nobody in terms of you saying you think I got the only person with a degree. Specifically, the reason why I brought up what I was doing is because you said, what are the solutions? Almost presupposing I'm not about action or not doing any action. When I told you what I was doing, you're talking about some narcissism shit now. So that is not a good response to that argument. So right now, I'm dunking on you, and I'm talking shit on the way back down, and I'm gonna steal a ball from you again. When you try to gaslight me and make it like you don't know about the norms of trash talking in sports, regardless of whether you was an AAU player or you played in high school or you didn't play at all, bro, you know trash talking is a competition. And right now, we in competition. I'm intellectually wiping the floor with you. The reason why trans disclosure is a thing is because niggas have to, because trans people tell people when they trans. The whole community ain't got to be held responsible for what 2% of people in the trans community be like, I'm tricking a nigga. The trans women I know, they tell people they trans. But even if they didn't, the whole community is not held accountable with that. I took extra time. I'll let you get your partner words. It's been fun.
When I say that I'm older than you, bro, I'm speaking because I'm older than you from shit that I done and experienced, bro. That's what I'm speaking on. You can learn a lot of stuff. I got a brother that's in marketing. He got a degree in marketing. I got cousins that got degrees in CPAs. Just because they learned it in a book don't mean that they perfected it. They had to perfect it when they did it. So when I say I'm older than you, I'm saying from experience and what I done seen in my lifetime that you have never seen and will never see. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm speaking on at the end of the day. Now, you can sit there and say that you wiped the floor with me in 4K and all this other type of nonsense, but you really didn't, bro. Because you sit there and all you doing is regurgitating what the LGBT community conversate about. You want me to, you just because you identify as a woman, you want me to say that you was born as a woman. When that's not true, bro. It's not. You can say whatever you want to say about it, but that's really not true. If you have to go somewhere and you got to get something clipped and all this other type of shit and take hormone shots and shit, then if you had to do all the estrogen shots and shit to try to convert, then you was a man at first. You had too much testosterone. You can beat on what you want to beat on. But at the end of the day, bro, you still ain't made nothing but the point that if you speak on certain things, if I'm talking about bank robbing, if I'm talking, you can say that this is sidetracking, but if I ride around with bank robbers, then I'm a bank robber. If I'm constantly talking about bank robbing, then I'm a bank robber. If you constantly talking about, you feel like the only problem that the black community have is trans shit. That's what you feel like. You go ahead, because you ain't giving me the same respect I gave you. You beating on your chest, doing all it. Go do your thing, bro.
Hey, listen. I apologize for not letting you know that I'm a champion when it comes to this shit. If you older than me while we talking, you should never fall for the semantics. Right now, you could do anything you want to do. It's not gonna mess with my train of thought because I do this shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna, you feel me, make it work. I miss anything, right? So when older people, especially, it's always a particular type of older counterpart like myself that wants to almost have a age dick waving contest about, hey, because I'm older than you and I experience more than you, this must mean I know more than you. No, it does not. You see what I'm saying? So for some reason, you believe you center your experiences and your feelings and your emotions so much that you think it negates the work of Ida B. Wells. You think it negates the large canon of work that black women has put down in literature. Hey, listen, it's certain niggas that can only see the women in our community through the lens of white supremacy. May it be saying, hey, black women only see their womanhood in the way that white women tell them to be women. That's a wild claim to make, especially in Black History Month. This is February 1st. You feel me? I see you, sister, in the back. I'm finna bring you up and you finna have your time, right? But I want to say something, though. When you talk about you only care about this part of the community, listen, we always talk about how black women outnumber black men 3-1 in the black community. So when you're acknowledging that I give analysis that specifically speak to the position of womanhood in the black community, and we acknowledge that black women outnumber black men 3-1, what does it mean to say you focus on small shit? What does it mean to say that? You see what I'm saying? If we acknowledge that within the 3-1 of black men, black women and black men, that there are particular men that are not cisgender or not straight, again, what are we talking about in saying you only care about this part of the community? God damn. So you can disrespect 2/3 of the community and make it like you pro-black and you down for black people? Education is elevation. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, bro.
What's going on?
So I was just chilling in the watching the live and all these very unsmart points that this guy was attempting to make. And I just wanted to pop in and just represent for the fact that the vast majority of trans people are not on hormones because there's an affordability factor and an access factor. The vast majority of trans people do not pass or even attempt to or desire to pass. And so this idea that trans people, specifically trans women, are out here, quote unquote, trying to deceive men, it's just an outright lie. It is a justification by the men who seek out specifically trans women to fulfill like a fetish or a curiosity and are ashamed of their own desires and have no way to like sort of reconcile within themselves that they are attracted to trans women to justify violence against them. So I just wanted to pop out that's cap.
Oh man, not only so much cap. If I wouldn't have, if he wouldn't have brought up the A shit, I was gonna get to the argument about jobs and about employment, about housing, because that's what he brought up. We actually talk more about housing and talk more about employment. It's like
trans
not
people
only
are 0.04% of the fucking population of this country. And so if you have a guy who is consistently running into 0.04% of the fucking population and all of them are deceiving him, all of them are lying about it, but he is suspiciously always encountering
not only that,
0.04%
not
of the
only that, think
population.
about the cap. Think about the cap. Think about the cap in the statement. You talk about a lot of shit that I agree with, but the trans shit or the feminism shit, that's all you talk about. So now you're making a universal claim centering what you don't like what I talk about, acknowledging that I do talk shit that you like, but that doesn't matter now. So now you're making sweeping claims. All you talk about consciously is transness and womanness. We're having a conversation about respect and having a conversation about this. A grown-ass man, for some reason, that's pointing out, you want everybody to know you older than me. Why is you going for the pump fake of me remixing your name like an elementary student? Why are you only responding to the arguments that are made in terms of name calling and not the arguments that are substantially made? I'm making arguments, giving you claims, giving you warrants, giving you impacts, giving you history. And bruh is purposely responding to, hey, you know what? You little young nigga, you being disrespectful. Then listen, I said, what you insinuating?
Have you considered that your facts vary from his opinion?
Everything he's like, I just think that, yeah, man. The flow is yours. My bad. Sis. I ain't mean to cut you off. The flow is yours.
And just in general, it is just always wild to me when Black men in particular are anti-feminism, especially Black American men, because like, can someone please point out to me a point in time in this society where the Black woman has not had the same level of responsibility, the same roles, the same labor, the same expectations to contribute financially to our family? Can you please point out a point in time?
Hey, and now, hey, you know what though, because some will say you using big words. I realize that people say you're using big words when you're able to give like an analysis without breathing, almost in a sense, or you use a word with 2 or 3 syllables. Something that's important though, when you're talking, it made me think of it. Mary J. Blige experiences matter. Agreed. Mary J. Blige is probably older than him and older than me, right? When you talk about the responsibility of Black women having to always carry this, now I feel like being petty. We all know the song. While all the time that I was loving you, you were busy loving yourself. These are R&B songs that I would argue are sonically capturing different arguments, different critiques within their music. When Keisha Cole is singing her heart out, she's making Black feminist, womanist critiques and analysis. I would argue. You see what I'm saying?
And I'd also like to point out that like sort of in my own opinion, like I don't personally identify as a feminist. I identify as an Africana womanist, because if you read the literature and you're familiar with the works of Dr. Clenora Hudson Weems, which, you know, if you have not heard of her, definitely look her up. She has an entire sort of praxis, like guidelines for what it means to create pro-woman sort of dialogue specifically that centers Black American women as colonized women within this society that is totally separate from anything that has to do with any praxis that has to do with white women. And so the idea that the only sort of way that Black women access any sort of womanist or pro-woman or woman-centric ideology comes through or by or from white women is fucking ridiculous. If you say some shit like that to me, I know that you have not touched the book.
Hey,
I know
man,
you have not touched the book.
Hey, for some reason, I'm not sure if books are seen as some millennial Gen Z shit, or books are just seen as some shit that younger people do, or books wasn't around when older people were around, or, you know what I'm saying, the way in which Black people are able to be intellectuals, or I think that that's been around for a long time. I think that when W.E.B. Du Bois or goddamn Huey P. Newton talks about gay liberation or woman's liberation, it's not seen as being like that's something they got to do with the community. So again, we can recognize Black women outnumber Black men 3-1. So if I'm making these analyses, it's like I don't know how you can say you only focus on a part of the community. And even if listen, but into I know how YouTube and how it is. I'm relating this live. Even if you're able to present to me, it's actually not 3-1. It's this. We can recognize that women outnumber men in the Black community. So if I'm giving analysis about this position and you saying it don't matter, what are you saying about the majority of the Black community? I'll rest my case, Your Honor.
I that's always something interesting to me as well, because like so many of the quote unquote pro Black family people, like I like to call them Black family fetishizers. I'm
gonna steal that one.
And I cannot even pretend I made that up. I got that from a great thinker, Afrocentric thinker called Diallo Kenyatta, who's very active on Facebook. So if you're watching this on Facebook, definitely look up Diallo Kenyatta. But like men like Umar, men like Tariq, men like those types of cats, like they're very much so like Black women have to be this certain kind of way, otherwise it's a threat to the Black family, or like they're ruining the Black family. But like y'all families ain't got women and children and gay people in it.
Oh man, hey, listen.
How you proud of Black family if you really only speaking on behalf of one motherfucker in it?
Or you romanticizing the Black family historically in ways that said, hey, when the marriage rate in the Black community was higher, we were immune to racial violence, or white supremacy was better. It's like, are you kidding me? So when Black women did not have the ability to own land or open a bank account, you saying that's when the Black family is better? Very interesting. Next thing, no, individuals like Mario Durden, they keep on linking.
Where's yours?
Hey, no, listen. No, this something funny to Mario. This I want to say something funny. I know, because usually have some reason Black women can say some shit and it's like whatever, but it's like when niggas say some shit, all right, now niggas want to either G check it, get with it, or check it. You see what I'm saying? So listen up, Mario, right? This Black woman is a content creator. She already got clout. She ain't got to chase no clout. As a matter of fact, the reason why I know her is because she's a fellow content creator. If listen, right now you're in the minority in terms of the comment section, not only in terms of the comment section, but also just in terms of education or shit that's being put down. Because she didn't say something that make you feel some type of way, now you're trying to regurgitate some speaking points that I said, but I know if you came on this live, you would dwindle like Ervin did. You see what I'm saying? So again, listen, this Black woman has read some books. Oh shit. Not only that, she came on making an important educational distinction. A lot of niggas just feel like when Black women start talking about womanhood or femininity, it's automatically some white feminism shit. If you go back and play it, she came into the live talking about how, one, she does not ascribe to feminism. Two, she made a distinction about Africana what?
Africana womanism, which is a practice created by Dr. Clenora Hudson Weems. And, I don't think you read books. I know you don't read books. But if you are going to read a book, you should probably read that book.
Ladies, gentlemen, gender non-conforming, gender fluid, goddamn, listen, everybody, this who this is right here. You see what I'm saying? And for the people that's wondering, listen right here. I know how some folks can purposely be obtuse. I have black men. It's gonna be more black coming on here as well. But right now, we call this creating coalition and solidarity, breaking bread. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's important that when black people get, you feel me, platforms, we get other black people on. You see what I'm saying? Not only on, but also, you feel me, in different ways where you're able to expose to different audiences. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't putting her on. I met her because she already on. You see what I'm saying? That's very important. You feel me? So to me, it's like when you say now she clout chasing or put a timer on her, or now she on some podcast shit. To me, it come off as just dry ass hating. You see what I'm saying? Because when Buddy was cutting me off, you weren't having that same energy, and you obviously was there because you're repeating the same shit I said to him. So you bullshitting. You purposely bullshitting. I don't like that.
I just want to talk about before we got really interrupted by this lame ass unintelligent nigga. We were talking about black families and how black men who fetishize the black family system from a patriarchal lens really only represent black men within those family systems and not really concerned about like the children, not really concerned about the women, not concerned about any queer people who might be in those families. And Clarissa in the comments said that their idea of the family is that of the colonizer. And I definitely agree with that. I think that as black people, if you really want to be fucking pro-black, you really want to be pan-African and think about, you know, rebuilding black family systems, the first thing that you need to realize is that our family systems before being forced him were not like nuclear. So if you're a black person out there and you think that you are pro-black family or like reclaiming black families and you're doing so from the Eurocentric lens of the nuclear family system, instead of the communal family system that recognizes and honors and brings together the entire fucking family instead of just being patriarchal and centering the fucking father, it's not giving what you think it does.
Yeah. Hey, and too, before I give it to you, you know what I'm saying, give you your parting words type shit. It's important too that I say this. One of the reasons why, you feel me and her waxing poetically differently is we actually have 2 collaborations on the schedule to bring me on. You feel me? So this little energy y'all getting right here, and that's one of the reasons. You feel me? I'm gonna reveal that right now. Goddamn, we got us something coming up. You feel me? But yeah, let people know where to follow you at though. What you got coming up? You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm gonna take my last words and shit hop off as well.
All right, yeah. So I'm on Facebook, Uppity Negress. I'm somewhere in these comments because I was watching before I decided to hop in. But yeah, follow me, like, share. I'm definitely excited for the future content collaborations that I have coming up with Conscious Lee, who I think is like a great content creator in this space. I think that so many of the content creators in like the pro-black or like the Afrocentric space are ashy as shit and not intelligent. But Conscious Lee is definitely one of the best creators, I think, in this space because he definitely attacks the issues from a logical sense in a factual sense, as opposed to these niggas who are just like, I feel, from a dick-centric sense. So definitely excited for, you know, the shit we got coming up.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to you. I'll be on the lookout for more shit that we got coming that way. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm finna end this kind of long-winded, but in conclusion, right? I think that when we watch the Super Bowl or we watch any football or we watch any basketball or we watch, you feel me, anything in competitive type of situations, and we see the gall, we see the tenacity, we see the ego, we see the beating on the chest, we see the trash talking. I think that it's something there about how that formalized conference, like how that confrontations is normalized and seen as some cool, civil, cool shit. But when we start having conversations where one has to, you know, hey, I'm proving I've been in the gym. I can't prove I've been in the library. This is really what's important right here, right? A lot of the people in our community, they being swooped in by this outright intellectual, anti-intellectual bullshit, right? When you watch Fox News or you hop on a right-wing conservative a social media platform or even watch they programming, you gonna see throughout their programming a sentiment of anti-intellectualism. What that means that they are in opposition to critical thinking, in opposition to us doing research, in opposition to us literally doing any type of reading that would either A, get us to negotiate the status quo meaning the shit that's going on right now, or B, get us to challenge the status quo. Again, status quo is shit that's going on right now. So to me, a lot of times because again, it's only certain type of niggas that come to me specifically about the words I use, right? If we having a debate and you constantly keep on repeating, using these big ass words, hey, we having a debate. That's not a response to an argument. It also shows to me, it comes off as being anti-black. It comes off as being anti-black where you feel like, hey, listen, if you've dedicated time to reading other black people, that's white shit. It's the same ideology that allows for us to throw books away, ban books, brand critical race theory, allow for us to be able to make it where you can't even teach black history. Because we know that the people that's supposed to be knowing the distinctions, they're going to be being like, man, I don't know, bro. So what do we do in the black community? Like, what do we do specifically in our community about this anti-intellectual shit that's just going through the community right now? So we say knowledge is power on one instance, but on the other instance, niggas really be like against reading. And this all we know, right? When you read, inevitably, it's going to increase your vocabulary. In many different instances, because I came into theory and philosophy real raw, a lot of the shit that I learned with reading through this, I learned being able to explain these concepts through using the particular language or verbiage that they gave to me. And to me, it's just like, so James Baldwin, one of the greatest intellectuals this country has ever created outside of race, gender, sex, I don't give a damn what that is, right? James Baldwin. Would you, using these big words, what? Even Umar Johnson. This is what I recognize. When it comes to, because, you know, I've read about the charismatic, charming black male figure leadership and how that's a trope in the black community. And recognizing that trope and recognizing how I'm linked to the trope. I know I'm charismatic. I know I'm, you know what I'm saying? I know that, right? And recognizing the way that trope is set up, got my point that fast. And the way that point is set up, it makes it where if you're gaining knowledge that is going to challenge a position, it makes it where it's bad. It makes it where when we think about black history and think about the way in which people like Martin Luther King seen as being, you feel me, great speakers, it makes it bad. When I'm talking about this charismatic black trope for black masculinity and leadership in the black community, I'm recognizing how having verbiage, being a linguist, having a way with words or the gift of gab is one of the qualifying factors that makes it where we be able to like the preacher, the pastor, the Umar Johnsons, the Rizza Islams, the Brother Ben X's, the, you know what I'm saying, shit, the 19 Keys. The reason why we like them is because they're able to show and illustrate they read. And just to be clear, everybody out this name is shit that I fuck with them on, but it's things that I would debate them on. You see what I'm saying? So Sean, you feel me, like, hey, many, it's not many examples that I have of me seeing black people in the black community as being irredeemable. I.e., you did some shit that I disagreed with, therefore, fuck you forever. I don't even do, that's not my politics. If I disagree with you, don't conflate your surface level, shallow level of cancellation culture or cancel culture and me being like, oh, you disagree with me, you trying to cancel me. Nah. In conclusion, Michael Jordan seen as the GOAT. He also seen as one of the best trash talkers. When we acknowledge and give him credibility to his game and the way he put blood, sweat, and tears in the honing and developing his craft, we don't disqualify that because he did a little name calling. See what I'm saying? That's to me, that's when what sister talked about on here. I like to talk about respectability politics. That's when we start seeing how people start deploying white supremacist tools. So you get to hop in the comments being disrespectful, dismissive, condescending, all that old shit. But when I return the energy, I'm going too far. And if we was in each other's face, you wouldn't do that. Listen, fam. If we was in each other's faces, the whole interaction would have never happened that way because you would have never came at me that way either. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have to have this macho man. If I was this, that, and the other, like been there, done that, I'm good on it. You see what I'm saying? But this is something important to what I know about how masculinity is structured in my community, right? Even younger. You playing on NBA Live, you get the smacking his ass, talking shit. He been talking shit the whole time. Now he done lost his third game in a row. Like Buddy lost his third speech in a row. Now man, what about them? Shit, you might have beat me in this game, but what about these hands though? What? Or he didn't do it that shit. He didn't do it that straightforward. He literally insinuated about protection and then literally insinuated about being in person physical and talking about specifically, you wouldn't say that to my face. And for the classroom that's watching, when I said, what are you insinuating? And he didn't respond, that's what we call textbook gaslighting. And if you don't know what gaslighting is, I really encourage you to go to Google and be able to explain it. You see what I'm saying? But again, let's sit with some things that was exposed in here. Niggas do not have the same energy against the rapper that's trying to come up in a local area or the rappers that's on the edgeways that have the same type of aggression when they talking about spinning the block, smoking op packs, you feel me? Using that black woman, creating that home, creating that bro. Niggas don't have the energy talking about, man, you doing too much. I don't like how you saying that. We applaud it. Spit some bars, man. Nigga was real shit. But when a nigga getting to spitting that intellectual shit, being able to flex the way in which they've earned stripes intellectually, that's a problem. That's weird to me, man. That's weird to me. Niggas ain't giving them type of criticisms when Buddy want to bang what he banging. I ain't even giving criticisms against that. You see what I'm saying right now? I'm literally, think about that. You got no criticisms against Buddy talking about his set being better than that set, his block being better than that block. You ain't got none of that beef when he talk about shit, his click being better than that click. We literally, that's what I mean though. Motherfuckers have selective moral outrage. So respectability politics is like, hey, real niggas do what they want to do, how they want to do it. And when you come at me, you better watch what you want to do, how you want to do it. It's like, because you're a real nigga, so I'm not a real nigga, so I gotta, see what I'm saying? Or let's throw that terminology away and think about it this way. You like the things I talk about because I say fuck respectability politics in terms of race. I'm unapologetic in the way in which I talk about how black people is situated in the world. I don't give a damn how uncomfortable it makes that white person or that white person. I don't give a damn how uncomfortable it makes that white corporation or that white corporation. I don't give a damn how uncomfortable or make it. I don't care about that. The same niggas that be like, man, when you talk that shit about transits or that gay shit or women, I don't like that. They got no issue when I'm defining respectability politics and talking to race, raciality, racism, things dealing with race. But when I use that same energy to talk about trans identity or women identity, all of a sudden I need to fall in line with respectability politics. That's very telling. It's very telling. It's very telling. A lot of us just got done watching NFL playoffs. Niggas tackle a nigga and dance. Oh, you see what I'm saying? You dancing right now, but you doing this because you want like that. That's wild to me. I'm glad we was able to curb it and we was able to smile and laugh, even though we have incredible disagreements. You see what I'm saying? But it's just like, hey, something important that a person about to say, and it's like, hey, we can get criticisms, but it's like, hey, nigga had some shit, right? When Nipsey Hussle talks about, hey, in order for us to change the community, we got to change the way we react to shit. That man said some deep shit where he talked about the way in which us as black men would see another black man and want to literally rip them apart, literally, based off of them stepping on the shoes or giving you a look or talking to you in a way that you don't want them to talk to. What we acknowledge is the way in which we bust a nigga in the mouth or even look at you the wrong way or scuffing your shoes. We don't have that same energy when it comes to resisting white supremacy. That means something to me. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a street nigga. You feel me? At best, I was raised in the hood. That's all that really I'm being real. I was raised in the hood. You feel me? So I don't never act like I'm something that I'm not. But I'm very passionate for what I believe in and what I stand on and my principles. And I expect for most other men to be as well. Don't play the game where you get to talk about the way in which your principles are set up and I don't get to talk about mine. And because I disagree with you, all of a sudden I'm in the wrong. That's what white people do when I do my line of work. Last thing, man. I'm not cocky. I'm confident. I'm a little cocky too. This is the first time I've been told I was a narcissist. It's a new one. I know a person that is clinically diagnosed narcissist. And I think that when it comes to the way that we throw around these medical terms, and then we say like fuck big words or fuck reading books, or I'm able to, based off my age, I know what a narcissist is, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I think that it causes a bad climate for individuals that have to wear that label, that identity, or have to deal with that reality, right? So recognizing there are people that are clinically diagnosed narcissists, when we just willy-nilly throw around those terms, it makes it where when we actually dealing with real narcissism, it makes it hard to acknowledge it. As well, it makes it where the individuals that's really trying to, like, that's really navigating a world with that diagnosis, it makes it harder for them. Narcissism is a real condition. And untreated narcissism causes real violence, psychologically and physically. I follow Lee Hammock. You feel me? He got a Facebook. He on Twitter. He on Instagram. He on all that. He's a black man that's clinically diagnosed with narcissism. So when we talk about these medical terms or these terms of ability, and you start to really deploy ableism, think about that. Disability impacts everybody in our community. It's disabled black trans people. It's disabled black straight people. It's disabled poor black people. It's disabled poor rich people. It's disabled poor intellectuals. It's disabled poor working class people. It's this, you see what I'm saying? So when you start to trivialize ADHD or narcissism or being bipolar, you're doing the community a disservice. The impact is that when we have healthcare professionals put their life on the line to try to help black people. Y'all remember that healthcare provider in Florida that got shot by the police while he was trying to treat a black person that was having an episode? It makes it where it almost gives pathology, what we seen as being abnormal. So when a black person has a condition, narcissism, autism, bipolar, ADHD, it makes it where we don't get to recognize the multiplicity of the identity. The word I'm using, the concept I use is using intersectionality. We should be able to recognize the intersectional ways that people are positioned and identified and labeled. I'm a black. I'm a man. I come from the lower class and I finally work my way to the middle class. College educated. Sagittarius. These are all identities. You see what I'm saying? They are all labels. These are the intersectional ways in which I, you know what I'm saying, navigate the world. You feel me? And I'm always all those things at one time. So when we start talking about, man, the white folks push this LGBTQ shit on us, let me sprinkle some game on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month. The Pride movement was started by a black trans woman and a Latino trans woman. Shout out to Sylvia. But we know Marsha P. Johnson, a black trans woman, feel me, was seen as the ringleader, the leader, right? This movement was jumped off because of police brutality to a black person, a black trans woman. So you feel me? Stonewall riots. I can't think about exactly the year. You feel me? But Stonewall riots, you know, it catapulted what we know as Pride Month, the Pride movement. Not white people. It's important. That's the point of me giving this story. Story of Marsha P. Johnson and how Pride Month started is a story about black people. It's not a story about white people. I know that we tend to think that white people corner the market on the way that we identify ourselves or the way that movements coalesce. My point in bringing this up is that there are black people that's been having identities and been experiencing positions in the world. And when you want to give white liberals or white conservatives and say like, man, you weren't on that shit today was on that shit, you really giving them more power than they have. Or me, I want to be fancy and use my fancy words. You're perpetuating white supremacy. That's not good. That's not good for nobody. When the uprising in Baltimore, or you feel me, the 2020, you feel me, jump off happened, there were a lot of lesbians, gay, trans, intersex, gender non-conforming black people that showed up to rallies. Not only showed up to rallies, in many different instances, I've seen in statistics, they were more represented than, you feel me, a cisgender black man. When people start talking about you can't care about them because they only this part of the community, you feel me, sister? I'm saying Kiki up in Nigger said that, you know, trans women is 0.something percentage in the community, right? If we can acknowledge that these people are forever present, and when there are struggles or violence, to me as a straight cisgender black man, why shouldn't I be able to reciprocate that? I'm not a street nigga, but I was raised by street niggas. And how I was raised is, you feel me? You know, I'm a little more profanity, but I was raised like, hey, you fuck with who fuck with you. That's how I was raised. And you ride for who ride for you. So if I can recognize that a lot of black women, a lot of black LGBTQ people be forever present anytime a nigga get killed. Name a black person that was killed. Pepsi challenge can go to Google. I ain't even got to do a lot of research. I can go to Google, look at this, look at the picture, and be able to visibly show and see there were a significant presence of black LGBTQ people at these rallies. So now get back to it. Man, you only care about people that are not doing it in the community, or you only care about this part of the community. God damn, what happened to the idea that we only strong as our weakest link? Hey, education is elevation. Y'all be on the lookout for this content that's coming our way. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's it. So in my last time playing this one, you feel me? I got one of my old ones. Let's see.
Yeah. Cool. COE. Cool. This for anyone who thought I'd ever fall off. 50 points with no assist, bitch, I'm a ball house. I got millionaires all inside my call out. If you don't like me, bitch, delete me, nigga, log off.